Good evening, friends, followers, channel members. Oh, seems like a week since we were last here. Probably because it was. Oh, I hate not streaming so much. Work at the moment is insane. But here we are, a flight tonight, and I know everybody loves a good Innsbruck flight, and we haven't done one for so long, and it is the skiing season, so let's do the real ups flight, London Gatwick to Innsbruck, which is always good fun. The views are spectacular in the daytime. At night time, of course, it's not so much spectacular as it is a little bit more eerie. There's lots of terrain around. We can talk about that once we're airborne, of course. But yeah, for those of you that know Innsbruck, it's a spectacular approach. Lots of things that we need to do to get ourselves all prepped and ready for it. Lots of little nuances. Innsbruck is indeed a very special place to fly to, and one which can very, very easily trip you up. Sea Eagle, particularly if you're trying it in a Dreamliner. I can't say with any certainty, but I'm pretty sure you can't get a Dreamliner into Innsbruck safely in real life. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Looking forward to spending the evening with you. Flight time 1 hour 23 minutes in the air. We are on VATSIM, of course, real world weather and all that stuff. So welcome to our amazing channel members as well. Thank you guys, continuing to support us on the road to 40k still. So good evening, DC, Danny, Chris Shaw, good evening, Chumi, good to see you, Albie58, Organ Aviators here as well. Hey, Class Corner, good to see you guys all popping in this evening. To those of you as well watching on Twitch tonight, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us, and to everybody else watching. A big shout out to everyone coming on board then. So the operational flight plan pinned into the chat as per usual, and we're going to go through our operational flight plan as per usual, and we'll go and we'll check it all out. So there it is, operational flight plan, which just like any other flight plan on the face of it, what we got: payload 14.5 tons. We're underloaded by 2.5 tons. Call sign Easy 20 Mike Zulu, which is a strange one, but special charter flights for the skiing season. It is a real world flight though, real world flight, real world call sign. I think it departed yesterday in real life, so yeah. And River is a real life controller from Austria, the area controller. Very happy that you are virtually visiting my home country. Looking forward to seeing the landing. Everybody loves a good Innsbruck landing, River, and that's awesome. Real life controller there in Austria. That is fantastic. Yeah, looking forward to getting down between the valley this evening. So we're planning on flight level 370. That's all fine. The alternate is Munich, primary alternate Munich, because, well, it's huge. There's lots of parking spaces as well for if things go wrong. Hey J-Hog, off to your favourite place. Yeah, have you cut the grass for us? Shear rate is 5.8, don't need to worry about that. We're expecting 08 right for departure, so that's long taxi, probably single engine taxi for us tonight. 08 for the arrival as well. We'll be coming in from the west, and we'll be doing the RNP AR approach, the AR authorization required. Easyjet does have the authorization. Now, I'm not sure if we can only do this legally, actually, in daylight hours. Obviously, we're just going to do it anyway tonight. But yeah, no, I think you can do this approach at night. We'll have to check that out at some point. Anyway, plug fuel 6.2 tons. CNR is 2.4, so that's fine. Andrew Wilson, good evening. So extra fuel, will we take any? Yeah, of course we will. It's Innsbruck. Always need extra fuel, because if you had to do a go around in Innsbruck, or Bork landing or whatever, you're going to burn a lot more fuel than you would any other airport, because you've got to get yourselves up to 13,000 feet, nice and steady, out of the valley. Those engines are going to be roaring away, so then you're going to use more fuel than, as I say, you would a normal go around. Just looking at the grid more, so yeah, the danger point really comes in when we start the approach in terms of depressurization. 10,000 feet at MADEP. There you can see top of the screen. So just having a little look at the weather. It's all nice, Cat 1 conditions, although look at that crosswind that's there at the moment in Innsbruck, a 10 knot crosswind. So yeah, that's Could have done without that, but that's something else to throw into the mix this evening. Just checking the forecast then as well. There, that would be potentially the issue. You can see. Let me just move that to the top of the screen so you know where I'm looking. There, we've got. It is the 26th today. Yeah, winds 100 and potentially gusting 20 knots as well. At the moment, the wind's directly almost from the north at 11 knots. So if it starts to spin around and become more of a headwind, it'll be fine. But it's going to be a gusty headwind, so could be interesting as we get down. But in terms of the conditions, yeah, few clouds, 6,000 feet, that's not a problem. Scattered, flying over 100, 10,000 feet, etc. That's not going to be a problem either. And everything at Munich looks fine, Salzburg is fine, Zurich's fine, and the name of the other alternate, I can never pronounce it, so I affectionately just call it the Fried Chicken Airport. For those of you who knows where that is. That's our flight route. What have we got then? So on departure out of Gatwick, we've just got a little bit of light turbulence. Then as we're over Germany, again a little bit of light turbulence, maybe in the descent. We might miss that actually, that area number 2, so that might not be a problem for us as well. Yeah. And then obviously if I go down to the side profile, there you can see it. Lovely. So what fuel are we going to take? I'll just check the NOTAMs. I don't think there's anything actually that's going to affect us here in Gatwick this evening. And what we got in Innsbruck, yeah, nothing there either. Alright. Just grab the charts as well. Stand 107 tonight. Oddvik to Zulu departure, straight out 6,000 feet, transition altitude also 6,000 feet, no speed restrictions other than the usual 250 knots below 10,000 feet, no turns below 710, that's fine. So that's all okay. Extra fuel then, what are we going to take? Well, I said, oh, that's not good. Come back. Yeah, extra fuel. What are we going to take for that? Well, always worth taking a bit extra, just because it's Innsbruck, really. But you don't need to take a load. Not when the weather's not this bad. But we could probably take an extra. Couple of ton. You can see there where it says extra. The maximum we could take would be 4,854 tons, and that would be because our regulated landing weight would sort of. Sorry, our maximum landing weight, would be exceeded if we took more than that. But we don't need to take that much because the weather's not that bad. I'm happy to take just a couple of ton extra, which means we're going to take then let's call it 8.2 tons of fuel. Now that means then, with our landing weight, we're looking to land at 61.1 tons. There again, right at the top of the screen. Right, before we go any further, then, I need to check that we can actually do that. So let's just get the dispatch landing weight calculations here for Innsbruck. Now this is a document on our Discord server in the pilot's briefing room if you want to check that. So the temperature at Innsbruck at the moment, I think it's about 10 degrees. So we're looking at this figure here. We're looking to land with well, even if we landed with 0 wind, yeah, so there is no regulated landing weight for us tonight because we're not landing with a daft tailwind or anything like that. These are dry figures as well, so we're not planning on rain tonight here either, so don't need to look at either of these. So I'm quite happy that all of that is legal and above board, and that's our dispatch calculation, all compliant, all taken care of, and yeah, basically all legal. So let's go and find our aircraft. I said we are in Gatwick this evening. Air traffic control is online as well, I believe. So that's good fun. And just whilst I do that, we'll just tell the ground crew we want 8.2 tons of fuel. I'll do that now. Hopefully Fenix 2 GSX will start to work. Of course, when version 2 of the Fenix aircraft comes out, we won't need that, which is really neat. So, is Fenix 2 GSX going to work? Going to do its thing? Just find out. Well, I hope so. guess we'll find out together in a few moments, won't we? Right, what did I say? We're going to take 8.2 tons, so bear with me 1 second. Right, 8.2 tons, as we've called it. Oh, there's a little Easyjet departing in the background as well. For some reason, I don't think Fenix GSX is working at the minute, which is really frustrating. If we try and get the passengers boarding. No, okay, I tell you what we might have to do. We might just have to restart GSX. Either that, or I'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way and use the menu. Yeah, GSX it's not working, is it? It's crashing. All right, let me try and restart GSX, then we can get some loading going on. See if that works. Right, well, we know what we want to take. That's the main thing. Let's check out the ATIS, get the latest information. 13652. Just whilst we're waiting for GSX to restart.
In use 08 right, transition level flight level 70, surface wind 020 degrees 15 knots, visibility 10 kilometers or more, fuel at 3,100 feet, temperature +6, dew point 0, QNH1016. Acknowledge receipt of information Bravo, and advise aircraft type on first contact.
Okay. That's everything we need there. Right, is Fenix GSX working again? Let me see. I don't think it is. I think GSX is going to have a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, it's not working. Right, in that case, I'm just going to have to close Fenix to GSX down because it doesn't want to work. I'll just try GSX on its own. That doesn't want to work either. Oh, why? Why are you doing this to me? I'll just try and restart that on its own rather than Fenix to GSX and GSX. Alright, give that 30 seconds. Chumi! What a great way to start the stream, showing awesome support of the channel. Thanks, Chumi. Gifting 5 Easyjet in pilot channel memberships to Lightspeed Aviation Crew, Manic and Zavi as well, Antis as well. Thank you so much, Chumi, for your continued support. Right, yes, let's say we'll just give, well, GSX might be working now. We've got something on the board in front of us. I don't know if it's right or not. Ah, okay. Well, we'll request boarding then. Yeah, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Wonderful. And refueling's underway as well. There we go. That's what we needed. Nice to see it all working in. Right, our aircraft is in turnaround state as per usual. So just check our pumps are off, packs are off, running external power, nav lights are on. Spoilers, flaps, parking brake, squawking 2000 standby acupressures in the green. So QNH1016, yep, that's fine. Let's just make sure we're monitoring guard frequency on VHF2. No, we're not. What was the last crew doing? There we are. Now we're monitoring that. So that's fine. All the thrust levers, are they calibrated? Yep. Engine mode starter selector switches, all that is fine. We'll get constraints on there. We initial climb we saw from the chart 6,000 feet. That's set. Alright, let's go set the box up then for our flight. So just check, because we've had a new air cycle, haven't we? We've got 3 nav greens, aircraft status. Yeah, latest air cycle is in. Excellent. Let's do the init request then. Oh yeah, I guess it would depend on what sort of hardware you're running as well for the for your PC with regards to the Fenix. It is a bit beefy. Sometimes it is almost worth uninstalling it completely and reinstalling it as well. And if you want to see my graphics settings, there is a video on the channel explaining those, so you can copy them as well if you wish. Right, let's get the box filled out. 20 Mike Zulu, cost index of 4. Tropo is 32837. Temperature is, let's drop down to 5 degrees now. Grab the winds. Aviation Group, what we're going to do for the 40k sub special? Absolutely no idea just yet. I am fancying a nice long haul. Nice long haul flight. I love a long haul flight. I get to spend all day with you guys just chatting then, rather than having to concentrate, basically. I only have to concentrate for about half an hour. Right, where are we? We're stand 107, so that's 5193 north, 107 west. Yep, alright, flight plan. So 08 right for departure, Odvik 2 Zulu. And then Lowy, we want the RNAV 08. It is the Zulu approach, isn't it? Get this right. RNP Zulu 08. RNAV Zulu 08. That's the one. And that's using the Madep 1 Bravo arrival. Presumably coming in via LMM. Yep. That's fine. Box 533, 534. Excellent, 1 mile discrepancy. We shall definitely take that. And oh, what's happened to the tablet screen there? It's a bit weird, isn't it?
I'm right next to her.
Oh, come on. Does this occasionally. Alright, well, whilst you're having a moment, let's just get Dover in there. That's fine. And onto our init B page.
Hello. I'm right next to her. Thank you.
Right, I've got our load sheet. Okay, 0 fuel weight is 58.6. So fuel weight CFG is 32.2. Alternate fuel, according to the OFP, is we'll call that 1.2 tons. Bit extra after the elongated go around. All right, fuel planning. We're going to take 8.2. Did I hit the fuel planning button? Oh, that's a new bug. Why is it not doing fuel planning? Alright. I'll enter it in manually. Stupid aircraft. Right, takeoff weight is 666. That's a bad start. Fine. Oh, what's our takeoff CFG? It's 30.7. Alright, onto the performance then. 08 right, dry, flaps 1, anti-ice, engines, takeoff weight 666, CFG 30. 7.
Hello, sir.
And what on earth is that message that we've just got there? Seriously?
I'm right
From VATSIM UK? Are we sure? that doesn't look like VATSIM UK messages to me. Go away. Let's just go with negative because I haven't got a clue what that is. Right. What was I doing? Intersection data. We'll go Hotel 1. I think I'm gonna have to double check now. Oh, sorry, no, via Golf. Golf. Right, 143. 143. 145. Transient altitude 6,000 feet. Yep. Flaps 1. Standard Orange Airline thrust reduction acceleration altitude is 996. 996. And engine out also 996. Flex 56. There we are. And the secondary flight plan then. Copy the active. Engine out procedure. What have we got? Standard 1700 feet right turn Willow. That's fine.
I'm right next to her. Thank you.
So, EGKK. Departure track is 077. Create the waypoint. Call it 12 miles out. And then Willow. Take up the hold at Willow. 284 left turns. Perfect. And of course, if we've lost an engine, program the arrival back into London Gatwick so we're not having to faff around with it. That's interesting. Why is my destination still Lowy? That's very strange. Did I type it into... Oh, I must have typed it into new waypoint instead of new destination. Clear that out. Arrival. 08 right. No start. And... Willow. Alright, just check what that looks like. There we go, straight out, left, right turn Willow, enter the hold, back in. Okay, that's all set up. Okay, let's contact ground and get our clearance. 121805. Gatwick ground, good evening. Easy 20 Mike Zulu A320 stand 107 requesting IFR to Innsbruck, and we have information Bravo.
Easy 20 Mike Zulu, you are clear to Innsbruck on the Oddvic to Zulu departure. Squawk 0573 and information Charlie is now covered.
Cleared by the Oddvic to Zulu departure, squawk 0573, and we will copy information Charlie. Easy 20 Mike Zulu.
Easy 26 Quebec Charlie, do you want to service the tower?
Easy 26 Quebec Charlie, affirm you can contact the tower on 124.230 Quebec.
Tower now 124.230, easy 26 Quebec Charlie, good night.
Gatwick ground easy.
I just need to confirm my readback was correct. I'm sure it was, but...
information Bravo, ready for push and start.
Hello?
8331 Juliet Bravo, could you check your squawk is 3531.
Okay, we'll get the doors closed and we'll hopefully push it back in the next 10 minutes.
Okay, I let them
Easy
know
31
and we'll get loaded
Bravo.
up as soon as we can.
And Easy 20 Mike Zulu, sorry, just confirm my readback was correct.
Easy 20 Mike Zulu, read that correct.
Good, good.
Easy 31 Juliet Bravo, push and start approved, face down.
From ground. There's the
Push
passenger
and start.
count, the crew count and the total souls count, plus yourselves of course.
That's great, thank you.
No problem at all.
Right, so final low cheap figures are in. Takeoff weight 666, spot on, and our CFG, how have they loaded us? 28.8. Yes, ooh, that's just within limits. Okay, don't need to rerun any calculations. Okay, good, good. So, with that then, let's just do ourselves a little brief. So it's standard Gatwick, departure 08 right. A little bit of wind from the left as we depart. 15 knot crosswind on departure, more or less. We are taxiing from 107. We can expect Kilo and then either Juliet or Romeo, and that's interesting. Just looking at that marking there. Why's a little Juliet there in the centre? That's taxiway Romeo, isn't it? I don't think that's right. Yeah, so we can expect either Romeo or Quebec onto Juliet, and we've got figures for Golf, and we will do ourselves a single engine taxi. I will look to get the second engine started once we get onto Juliet, and that should give us plenty of time, 3 minutes before we go. Departure, usual stuff, straight out, first turn will be to the right, no speed restrictions, we can clean up on schedule as we go. MSA is 2,300 feet. Only real threat around this evening is just lots of traffic, basically, so just listening out for what's happening, keep good situational awareness around us, and we should be fine. Alright, so I'm happy with all of that. Let's get the APU up and running, and then we'll start getting ready to push. Whilst I'm just waiting for that to run, quick PA to everyone who's joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, hello from the flight deck. Welcome on board this Easyjet Airbus A320 flight, Gatwick to Innsbruck. We're scheduled to push back in 10 minutes. We might get out of there a little bit quicker than that, if possible. So that's good news. If you can get yourself sat into your seats, the cabin crew are preparing the aircraft for our departure, and give them your full attention when they begin their safety briefing. Thank you very much for choosing to fly with us, and looking forward to spending our time together over the next couple of hours as we take you safely to Innsbruck. We hope. Has any idea when the fly-by-wire will bring out the secondary flyback? No idea, Hazard, I'm afraid. No idea. Right. APU looks like it's up and running, so external power can be disconnected with the ground staff, so let me just tell them that we want to remove that. And GSX, prepare for pushing departure. Seatbelt signs on. Doors are closed. Wait for the ground crew to make contact with us. Alps Aviator, good evening to you. Guess we're flying into your neck of the woods tonight. Cast TV Twitch, why has Phoenix removed the PSU? Do you mean the PTU? They've not removed it, you just can't hear it from the flight deck in real life, so. Come on, where's my ground crew? Fuel truck is in position. No, I don't want the fuel truck. Right, okay, let's just reset with the position with that. We'll restart GSX. It's not wanting to play ball tonight, is it? So I've just, whilst we're waiting for that, copied information Charlie, QNH, new QNH 1017. That's fine, that doesn't affect our takeoff performance information. So hopefully GSX will give us a shout in a second. Interrupt pushback, interrupt it. Yeah, go on then. Ugh, still doesn't want to play ball. Shall we try once more, and if not, we'll just use the manual pushback. To be fair, this isn't looking correct. Yeah, alright, interrupt it. We'll not use GSX. It's yeah, it's not wanting to work tonight, so we'll probably go with. I've still got pushback helper installed. We'll try that. That seems to usually work okay. I did restart it. Yeah, it still didn't want to work, but never mind. Never mind. And Gatwick ground easy 20 Mike Zulu is ready for push and start.
Easy 20 Mike Zulu, push and start approved, face west.
Push and start approved, facing west, easy 20 Mike Zulu. Back push is good. Okay, so let's do our copy preparation checklist. So aircraft acceptance has all been computed. Fuel quantity 8.2 tons is fine. It's checked and balanced. Seatbelt signs are on. It is got 3.5 green bar. QNH is 1017, 200 feet. And the before start checklist. So our parking brake is on. Takeoff data has been confirmed. Windows are closed. EFB is on flight mode. Doors are now closed and armed. Beacon light is on. Let's get the tug connected. There we go. Noticeable steering is disconnected. All right, let's go, and we'll start engine number 1, and we're doing single engine taxi. So parking brakes released. Back we go. So engine 1 start. Hey Leon, good to see you. Melvin, we're not in Innsbruck yet. We're in Gatwick. We're just pushing back for our flight to Innsbruck now. DJ, this is Innibills, London Gatwick. which I find to be better on the frame rates than the freeware, as amazing as the freeware aircraft is, airport is.
Cabin crew, set doors to automatic and cross-check.
Hazard can do more fly-by-wires. We do them occasionally, Hazard. Just the full functionality of the Phoenix is just, it's just so great to have.
Gatwick ground, speedboat 246 with information Quebec, ready to taxi.
Aircraft coming into land.
That's Speedboat 246. You can taxi to holding point Juliet 4 via Juliet.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. Safety cars
Taxi to holding point Juliet 4 via Juliet, speedboat 246. Thank you.
Craig, do you do the checklists from memory or following? No. So the checklist, you always read what is on the checklist. The danger of not doing that is you forget something, which is obviously not good. In terms of what we do to set the aircraft up, though, that is from memory. Then you use the checklist to make sure you haven't missed anything. Right, that's not the best pushback in the world, but it'll do. Trainee pushback tug driver this evening. Right, engine 1 is stable. So engine mode selector can go back to normal for the time being. And we'll stop the pushback. Parking brake set. And disconnect our tug.
If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat.
APU bleed can come off. APU remains on. Engine anti-ice on. On the spoiler, 0 the rudder. Flaps 1. And our trim set.
If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also
That's about right, actually.
for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight with Easyjet.
Alright, so just do a flight check while we're here then. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral rudder.
Good evening,
Full right. Full left. And neutral. So town frequency is 12423. We'll just get in the standby.
Runway 3 Charlie Alpha. Was that stand 2?
Thank you, runway 3 Alpha.
Runway 3 Charlie Alpha. You can taxi Papa, Zulu,
That's caution.
Mike.
Disregard.
and Juliet to stand 2.
Papa Zulu, Mike Alpha Juliet, stand 2, runway 3 Alpha.
And Easy 20 Mike Zulu is ready for taxi.
Stand by, Easy 31 Juliet Bravo. You can contact Tower on 124.230. Goodbye.
Over to tower 24230, EC31 Juliet Bravo. See ya.
ADB0 Mike Zulu, you can taxi to holding point. You can taxi to holding point Juliet 4 via Kilo Romeo Juliet.
Kilo Romeo Juliet, holding point Juliet 4 for Romeo 08. Right, Easy 20 Mike Zulu.
Hi,
Hello.
Hi, Captain. Just to let you know that the cabin is secure for takeoff.
Okay, we'll call when ready, thanks.
No problem.
Okay, after start checklist, we can't run just yet because we've only got one engine running at the moment. Melvin asks, why do we only have engine one running? Why we're not got engine 2 on? So we're doing a single engine taxi tonight. It's a long taxi to runway 08 right, so save some fuel, save some engine wear and tear. It's quite standard for low-cost carriers, particularly this orange one.
Charlie at 104 with information Charlie requesting pushback and start.
Easy 63 Papa Charlie, pushback and start, approves face west.
So we're taxiing to the end of here, then turning left.
63 Papa Charlie.
DJ, is the inner build better than the on FP? Yes, definitely. Yeah, well, it certainly was with the testing I did with it. Bit of a strange little twerk there from the tiller. Let's just get that back on the yellow line. Melvin, no, the engine 1 is the one to your left. Literally count it from left to right. So engine 1, so on a 4-engine jet, engine 1 and 2 is on the left wing. Engine 3 and 4 is on the right wing. Clever, what am I getting? Frame rates rise with the interval? I've got absolutely no idea, but there is a comparison video on the channel somewhere between the two, so might be worth checking that out. So we're going to make a right here, then we'll get the other engine started. Oh, look at that moon! Oh, it's gorgeous, doesn't it? Tug driver, you're in the way. No wonder you're broken. Alright, let's get engine 2 started then. So, that can come off. Get that back on. Engine mode selected to ignition and we'll start engine 2. Brian, with the single engine taxi, can the pilots alternate which engine in order to keep the wear and tear the same? No, Brian, they can't because they power different hydraulic systems. So when single engine taxiing in the A320, for example, you need to do it with engine number 1. And then you just use the yellow hydraulic pump on the overhead to counteract that the yellow system's not been powered up. Right, come on, cabin crew, get yourself sorted. So I had planned an intersection departure today. There's no traffic ahead of us, so we still need 3 minutes run time, so we may just go for the full length departure. They've given us that anyway, Juliet 4, haven't they? Was it Juliet 4? Yeah, right at the end. Engine 2 is available. There we are. So that can now come off. That can come off. And yeah, we're all running and happy. So our after start checklist, anti-ice engines are on. ECAM status is checked. The pitch trim is 28.8, rudder is neutral. No LMCs. Engine out procedure standard, 1700 feet, right turn, Willow, hold there 3000 feet. And departure is straight out, first turn to the right.
Stations, the new Gatwick 218 is now 1018, the new 218 1018, Gatwick out.
That's all, the pressure's going up, that's good for us. Don't need to do anything. Had it dropped, we'd have needed to add a degree to the flex. So, yeah, the departure's straight out, no speed restrictions. And the stop climb is 6,000 feet. Run the taxi checklist then, so flight controls have been checked. Flap setting.
0 Mike City, you can contact the controller, contact the tower 124.230, goodbye.
12423, thanks for the service, Easy 20 Mike Zulu, good night. Let's just run through the taxi checklist then. So flight controls have been checked. Flap setting is config 1. FMAs. Ooh, that's interesting. Why have we not? Why have we got? Why have we not got climb in there? Armed. That's very interesting. We've got nav blue 152, 6000 blue. Not seen that before. Okay, we will keep an eye on that FMA. Radar and predictive wind shear is on. Ecam MMO. Takeoff no blue. AFP is stored and disconnected. Cabin crew seats for takeoff. Gatwick Tower, good evening, Easy 20 Mike Zulu is just crossing Juliet 5.
Easy 20 Mike Zulu, Gatwick Tower, good evening to you. Via Juliet 1, wind 03, Juliet 1, 7 knots, runway 08 right, clear takeoff.
For Juliet 1, clear takeoff runway 08 right, Easy 20 Mike Zulu. Right, must be no traffic on final. Right, let's light ourselves up then. Line up checklist. Cabin secured for takeoff. Takeoff runway is full length through it, right. TCAS here, RA packs 1 and 2 both off. Paranoia check. Ah, I know exactly why. I know exactly why it's not showing climb. Why did no one pick up on this? Quickly. I'm 30 seconds behind, so I'll read it in a second. Why is there no climb on there? Let's hold here a second. And Tower Easy 20 Mike Zulu, we're going to need just 20 seconds. Is that okay?
Okay, no problem.
Roger. I'll show you why. Because that's why. Climb now blue. Wow. Why did no one pick up on that? And Easy 20 Mike Zulu is lining up, and takeoff clearance still valid for runway 08 right.
Hey, Sam.
Thank you. 20 Mike Zulu. Let's approach paths clear. How can it put the climb profile in if it doesn't know what we're going to climb to? Okay, rolling takeoff, engine 1 critical. And takeoff. Start the chrono. Engine stable, set takeoff thrust. MANFX, SRS runway. Knots. V1, rotate. There's that 17 knot wind from the north. Positive rate, gear up. Nav. SRS. Thrust climb.
Thank you, Sugar Mike, contact number now 129.437, connect flight, bye-bye.
12943 for Easy 20 Mike Zulu, thank you for service, good night. Autopilot 1 engaged. Just past S speed, clean up, flap 0, spoilers disarmed.
Easy 27 Golf, thank you. It's the VATSIM 1 Golf arrival.
VATSIM 1 Golf arrival for London Gatwick. Easy 27 Golf.
David 47 Charlie, descend flight level 100.
Descending to 100, 47 Charlie.
London Control, good evening, Easy 20 Mike Zulu, passing 3200, Gatwick 2 Zulu.
Easy 31 Juliet Bravo.
Easy 20 Mike Zulu, hello, thank you. Climb now, flight level 180.
Climb flight level 180, Easy 20 Mike Zulu.
Easy 41 Charlie Bravo, contact Gatwick Director 126.825.
126.825, thank you for on Gatwick Bravo, good evening, away.
Okay,
Ryanair 6 Mike
so
Kilo, descend flight level 130.
open climb 180 blue.
Ryanair 6 Mike Kilo.
Easy 31 Juliet Bravo, climb flight level 180.
180, Easy 31 Juliet Bravo.
Channel 5 Papa Hotel, contact Eurocontrol 135.125.
135, Channel 5 Hotel, bye-bye.
Cabin crew released.
Cleared the RNP approach runway 03, report established on the final approach track.
Cleared RMP 03 and we'll
Clear skies, anti-ice not needed.
Golf and over Zulu.
David 41 Lima Tango, descend altitude 2,000 feet, cleared ILS runway 09.
2000 clear, 0924 Lima Tango.
David 47 Charlie, descend flight level 90.
God, this guy's busy.
Descend to 900, Super 47 Charlie.
David 798, so navigation to Bognor, climb flight level 310.
Direct to Bognor and climb 310, Super 798.
Hazard, your takeoff weight is in tons. So,
Vulcan 426.
if your takeoff weight is 63
in fact, I'll call you back in just 1 second, stand by.
1,000 kilograms, type in
Charlie,
63.
Director 119.730.
Contact people Director
So it's in tons. So your tonnage point, whatever.
Shuffle 15 Echo.
Show 15 Echo with your flight level 190, good evening.
Thank you. Rockslog 1 hotel arrival and your squawk 1222.
Also 1 hotel arrival for Heathrow and squawking 1222.
DJ, most of the airports will be back from now on. Either payware or freeware, not default.
Did you forward to Echo Kilo? Thank you. Basix 1 Golf arrival.
Basix 1 Golf arrival 40 Echo Kilo.
And who else is trying to call in?
Walker 1483 Heavy level 160, inbound Zurich, level West Zurich.
Walker 1483, thank you. Zurich 1 hotel arrival, squawk 2357.
2357, Zurich 1 hotel, Walker 143.
Okay.
20 Mike City, climb flight level 290.
Climb flight level 290, easy 20 Mike Zulu.
Golf November Zulu, Unicom now 122.8, my service terminates.
290 blue.
122.8, Golf November Zulu.
Stephen 798, stop your climb flight level 290.
So our lights can
Copy
come
that,
off.
290,
Acceleration flow then, so as you
Ryanair
can
6
spoil
Mike
his
Kilo, descend
flaps.
flight level 110.
Landing gears up.
110, 6 Mike Kilo.
There is somebody
Lights
else waiting to check in.
off.
London, hello, Super 736,
Radna Page can be
Stephen
cleared out.
736, thank you, maintain 6,000 on reaching.
370 is
Good
a
evening, Postman.
bit high.
For 300.
Maybe we'll go 35 to begin
There's
with.
3 there, Stephen 736, maintain 6,000 on reaching.
Cost index 0. Secondary is
North
copied.
Shuttle 345, climb, correction, maintain 6,000 for now, I'll fire for you shortly. Postman 201, descend flight level 120 level by Hemel.
God, it's so busy tonight.
Sorry, that was blocked for Postman 201. Descend flight level 220, level by Hemel. 220, level by Hemel, Postman 201. Speedbird 798, contact the Eurocontrol 135.125. 135.125, Speedbird 798, thanks.
Relin, what altitude do you engage the autopilot after takeoff? Anything above 100 feet or 5 seconds is the earliest.
983, thank you, Abstab 1 Golf arrival. I'll call you back with a squawk in just a moment.
Some people turn it on very early, you know,
North
sort of
Shuttle
like
345,
500 feet
climb now,
off the
flight
ground.
level 13, Christian climb now, flight level 120.
Others maybe like to just hand fly it for a little bit until it starts to get a bit too
Ryanair
busy in the
6
flight
Mike
deck.
Kilo, descend flight level 90.
Hey Brian King, good evening.
6 Mike Kilo.
Ryanair 6 Mike Kilo, contact Gatwick Director 126.825.
Gatwick Director 126.825, 6 Mike Kilo.
Speedbird 983, squawk 1204.
Squawk 1204, Speedbird 983.
That is going to be a lovely moonlit approach
3 November Romeo,
over the
descend
Alps
flight level
tonight.
130.
Looking forward to that.
Easy 27 Golf, request on further descent.
Easy 27 Golf, descend now, flight level 200.
Descend flight level 200, Easy 27 Golf.
Easy 40 Echo Kilo,
Hey, Simon, good to see you.
130 level Tel 2, descend now, flight level 200.
130 level Tel 2, now down to 200, Easy 40 Echo Kilo.
Shuttle 15 Echo, when you're ready, descend flight
Antag seen some Eurowings pilots turn out for 10,000 feet. Yeah, it's each their own. It may be dictated to a little bit by airline standard operating procedures.
Traffic crossing right to left, 1,000 above.
The standard operating procedures of the Orange airline are to use as much of the automation as possible
736, turn left
at all times.
degrees, climb flight level 100.
Time for level 100, left heading 160, Speedbird 736.
So
Easy 6, disregard. Walker 1483, descend
that's
flight level 90.
that's sort of why we land with the auto thrust and things like Lufthansa don't land with auto thrust on, for example. I'm not sure about Eurowings.
Speedbird 983, report
Yeah,
speed.
it's
Speed 280 knots, Speedbird 983.
Speedbird 983,
it's a bit
roger,
more
thank
difficult
you, speed now to
in the
max
simulator
280 knots,
because we're on our
280
own.
knots are greater, Speedbird 983.
There's no one
Easy
sat helping
27
us.
Golf on conversion, fly speed 280 knots.
Thank me, Gamer. Glad you
27 Golf.
glad you find it
40 Echo Kilo on conversion,
nice and
speed
calm.
250
That's how we
knots.
like it.
Speed 250 on conversion, speed Easy 40 Echo Kilo.
Easy 63 November Romeo, descend flight level 110. Easy 63 November Romeo, descend flight level 110.
Descend flight level 110, Easy 63 November Romeo.
Speedbird 41 Lima Tango, runway 09, you're clear to land.
Matt, can I show wheels on the navigation display?
The south end control zone to the south, not above 2,000 feet VFR, squawk 7733.
Not quite sure what you mean there, I'm afraid. Sean, welcome back to the First Officers Club, mate.
After takeoff on runway 5, clear to leave
Appreciate
south
that.
and control space to the south, not above, I think it was 1,000 VFR. And could you repeat the squawk again, Vulcan 46?
Not above 2,000 and squawk 7733.
Not above 2,000, squawk 7733, Vulcan 46.
Speedbird 983, make your speed 300 knots or greater now.
300 knots or
Hey,
greater.
Hugo.
983.
Why does the cost index go to 0
North
after
Shuttle
takeoff?
345, flying flight level 200.
Again, that is an Orange airline standard operating procedure.
Walker 1483, contact Heathrow Director 119.730.
I guess it
119.730.
increases the rate of the climb
63 November Romeo, descend flight
by
level 90.
reducing the target speed, so it will get us up to cruise a little bit quicker.
170.
which that means we'll be flying longer at a cruising altitude, which saves a bit of fuel. Even if it only saves a tiny bit of fuel, multiply that every day by 365.
Easy 31 Julia Bravo, Unicom
it's
now,
going to save, you know, a few £1,000s. All about the money.
North Shuttle 345, climb platform 210.
Climb 210, no shuttle 345.
Easy 63 November Romeo, correction contact Gatwick director now, 126.825, goodbye.
Oh, APT, you want to see the wheel brake temperatures?
November Romeo, contact Gatwick director, 126.
That would be down here on the lower ECAM, so 30 degrees.
Stewart 983, when you're ready, descend flight level 130, level by Goodwood.
When ready, descend level 130 by Goodwood, speed 93.
Easy 27 Golf, continue your descent, flight level 130, level by Tel2.
It's good to have you back, Sean.
130, level by Tel2, Easy 27 Golf.
Easy 40 Echo Kilo, descend flight level
Sani, how are we doing with the MiniFCU? Yeah, I'm using it. I love it. I'd never fly without it.
Tango Romeo, when you're ready, descend flight level 200 to be level by Lauma.
When ready, descend to flight level 200, level at Lauma.
If you want to buy a MiniFCU, remember,
201, contact London,
use the Easyjet SimPilot discount code. Their discount code literally is Easyjet SimPilot, and you'll save 10% on your MiniFCU. There's more information in the video description down below if you wish.
You must not enter a runway until you're cleared to do so.
Hugo, cabin crew don't get the explanation like that. Fair enough, Hugo.
Mike Zulu, contact Maastricht 135.750.
And sorry, say again, Easy 20 Mike Zulu.
Contact Maastricht 135.750.
13575 for Easy 20 Mike Zulu. Thanks for the service. Good night.
Easy 27 Golf, reduce your speed now to 250 knots.
250 knots is for Easy 27 Golf.
Land control, good evening, top 63, Papa Charlie, 4006.
Top Swiss 63, Papa Charlie, thank you, and you're cleared altitude.
Flight level 240, 5 miles before Pirot.
Descent flight level 240, 4 miles for Pirot.
To be sure, 5 miles before Pirot, please.
Okay, 5 miles.
Maastricht Centre, good evening. Easy 20 Mike Zulu, passing flight level 257 for flight level 290, direct Conan.
Langen 13565 running 57 what sort of Jawa?
Correct. Easy 20 Mike Zulu, Maastricht, climb flight level 370.
And Easy 20 Mike Zulu, is it possible to get flight level 350 for now?
Easy 20 Mike Zulu, approved, climb flight level 350.
Climb flight level 350, Easy 20 Mike Zulu. And 350 blue. Till we've burnt a bit of fuel off. Tim Riddy says you love watching the streams while getting some work done. It feels like working while flying. Yeah. Oh, I used to love as well flying during the daytime when everyone was working from home, because that was just a great way to make hopefully your days go faster, and the company was always great. APT, why is it not cooling in flight with respects to the gear? Oh, it is doing. Look, it's now dropped 25. See how hot they are once we've landed in Innsbruck. Mima, are we flying via RTT, the Rattenberg NDV? No, we're coming in the other side this time. The more difficult approach.
Shadow External 30 Bravo Maastricht, hello, report level requested.
Simon, you were in a static 320 sim at the weekend doing circling 08 at low clouds, low visibility, some crosswind. That sounds awful. I wouldn't want to do that.
903 Sierra Bravo, climb flight.
Angus McTavish, good evening to you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you on board tonight. But yes, anyone who does want to grab themselves a MiniFCU, definitely highly recommended.
KLM 042 Maastricht, descend flight level 220 to reach Daynet.
Level 220 by Daynet, KLM 042.
Lufthansa 7 Hotel, looks like Langenhainer is closing. Give the other Langenhainer a call, frequency 120.805. Bye-bye.
Aviation Fin, you were doing a flight yesterday and your autopilot wouldn't climb. That's interesting. There would have been a reason for it. Don't know what though.
Lufthansa 3 Papa Mike at flight level 380.
Just realised I might have to put my iPad on charge.
Mike, we are back in cockpit and
Angus, how do you know when you should or could do a flap 3 landing? Well, you know when you can do one because you'll do your landing distance calculation.
Enjoy.
On this page here, your arrival performance.
Good evening.
So that'll tell you whether you can or not.
Flight level 240.
And so, for instance, going into Innsbruck, I wouldn't do flaps 3 because it's a steeper approach than normal. So flaps 4 is best.
Swiss 1047, stop climb flight level 330.
But normally flaps 3 is better for a host of reasons. It's more fuel efficient.
2405 miles before Pirot. You're currently at flight level 340, so you need to.
It's not as noisy in the environment, so the neighbours like it. Engine wear and tear is a bit better.
Tango, new flight level now for you, flight level 260.
Mikkel Jensen, how do you calibrate the Fenix throttles? You do that in the box via the McDo.
No, I did not give you a direct. I gave you a restriction, which was Pirot 260.
Chago, thank you for subscribing.
That's not going to happen. Swiss 107, turn height by 10 degrees.
Right by 10 degrees, Swiss 1047.
Maastricht Weather, very good evening. Gearing 36 on level 340 and bound Takeoff.
Sky Pilot, is it pilot choice whether you do flaps 3 or full? Yes, it is. Yeah.
Maastricht, goedenavond. Scan 463 dan inbound Bobby.
But as I say, flaps 3 airlines will like because it saves them money, and that's what it all boils down to.
Thank you, identified.
Saving money.
Hello.
Maastricht Weather, morgen Lufthansa 3 Papa Mike at flight level 380 inbound Beira.
First, with 903, contact Langenhainer 120 decimal, correction 128 decimal 555.
That's a nice view down there. Elliot Woodford, good evening, sir. How are you doing?
With 903, Langenhainer 128 decimal 555.
Sorry, 128 555 for Wizard 903, thank you.
Berlin 4 Lima Tango, keep that good rate of descent, 128 decimal 555.
Aviation Fin, it's the disappointment the A320 version 2 isn't out yet on the Xbox. Yeah, another one you're after. I think it's Innobuilds that are bringing that out at some point.
Swiss 1047, climb flight level 350.
Hopefully it won't be too long.
Track,
Would be nice to have some more functionality, wouldn't it?
You can proceed direct Whiskey Romeo Bravo.
Sure, I'll put you in direct to Whiskey Romeo Bravo 1047.
Either being 87 Mike, descent flight level 240.
So we're just going to update this now at the moment. We'll just check.
Descent to level 240.
Actually, I'm quite happy we could take 370.
Hello, identified.
So now we've burnt a bit more off.
Maastricht. Seabird 66 Golf Alpha, flight level 380.
So when there's a gap in comms, we'll ask for 37.
European for all Air France 1440, hello with you at flight level 300.
Air France 1440, Maastricht, hello.
Maastricht, good evening, 38 Kilo Golf with you, passing 390, climbing 400.
Swiss 8 Kilo Golf, Maastricht, hello, identified.
This controller's quite busy tonight, isn't he? And easy 20 Mike Zulu, is it possible now to continue that climb to flight level 370?
Easy 20 Mike Zulu approved, climb flight level 370.
Continuing the climb, flight level 370. Many thanks, easy 20 Mike Zulu.
Ryanair 37 Delta,
370
London 127.105. Bye bye.
Contact London 127.105.
05, and have a great night. Thanks for the ATC.
Hey, Yardy.
1903, contact London 127.
Good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Right, what's our landing weight planned to be? So, we'll add 5 tons to that. 58.6, 9, 60, 61, 62, 63. Call it 63.5 tons.
Evelyn 4 Lima Tango 128 555. Bye bye.
Runway 08. We'll do poor, medium, apply the metal. Yeah, that's not going to work. In fact, what are the winds at the moment there? 250 at 6. That's interesting. I wonder if we are going to end up doing a different approach. Oh, I wonder if they're going to send us all the way around, because that's a 6 knot tailwind.
Swiss 1047, contact London radar 124.730, goodbye.
124.730, Swiss 1047, good evening.
KLM 042, looks like the next station is closing, monitor Unicom, bye bye.
Up Unicom, KLM 02, thanks, bye bye.
Air France 1440, descent flight level 220.
So there's a chance we could be doing a different approach. If the winds stay like that, we shall see. In which case the plan usually is the Zulu AR. Which means we would go to Rattenberg.
Please descend to level 261, set off level 240 using the 87 mic.
Yeah, let's just have a quick look. Yeah, we'd come in via Elmham, fly around here, Rattenberg, and then start the approach that way. So that might also be an option for us this evening, depending on that. Depending on how that plays out. We'll keep an eye on the winds. It was meant to start getting strong, with winds coming from the east. Doesn't seem that's happening at the minute.
Out of this 400 Tango 250 CPDLC.
Aviation Fit, how do you find out how much fuel you're burning?
Thank you, identified.
And how?
Data link.
Right, so you can see sort of a live snapshot of the fuel you are burning just by checking your fuel flow.
Lufthansa 3 Papa Mike, descent, flight level 240.
And then it'll tell you here your estimated fuel on board at Lowy, as it currently is. That's in the fuel prediction page.
Runway 5 Romeo, thank you. 124730, bye bye.
124.730.
And of course, you've got your fuel page as well. Down here.
8038,
Tells you how much fuel you've currently used. Always worth checking that the fuel that you've used, plus your current fuel on board, adds up to the same amount as you had when you started. Otherwise, something's wrong.
Monitor Unicom.
So monitor Unicom, Air France 114.
Angus McTavish, wow, an incredibly generous super chat, £20 super chat, saying small thanks for the continued content, tutorials, and for always answering our questions regardless of how many times you've been asked the same question. Angus, that is absolutely no problem. But a huge thank you to you, Angus, for supporting the channel. That is incredibly kind of you. Glad you're here on our flight as well tonight, Angus, because Innsbruck's always fun, isn't it? But really generous. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that.
Mike, we descend to level 270.
PSV Wallace says, was watching on the telly, but you can't chat there.
Buildings 87 Mike, contact 128.1555. Ciao.
Easy, will I do some tutorials for A380? Well, certainly as well as I can, Easy, because the A380 is not an aircraft I'm actually familiar with.
Thanks, bye.
Hey Max, good evening from Glasgow. Hope you're doing well, Max. Right, about 500 feet to go. We'll be at the top of the climb this evening. Not much in the way of clear skies, sadly. I would imagine though, Easy Dream Player, the A380
Giant 8038, yeah, contact
is just a
London
really,
127.105,
really big
call deployed.
A320. It's still Airbus philosophy. It's still the lights out philosophy. The modes will all be the same.
Thank you.
So it'll look different. A few things might be in different places, but I would imagine the flows are pretty similar to the A380, and that's exactly what airlines want. They want aircraft to be similar. Otherwise, you have to spend a fortune relearning stuff. Airlines have to spend a fortune retraining pilots. In fact, is it Qatar that have started to certify their pilots for both the A350 and the A380 so they can fly both and interchange them? Right, that's 37,000 feet, so we're at Mach alt cruise. We'll set that to below. We want to put our cost index back to 4. I will just check nothing's broken. That's fine.
2 jets 2412, contact 124730, bye-bye.
Leads fine.
124730,
Cabin altitude, pressure differential, that's all fine. Electrics are fine. Hydraulics good. Fuel, we've used 2 tons. We took 8.2. Just about adds up. Give or take 20 kilograms, that's fine. Obviously APU is not running. 23, 22, 22. Condition page is fine. Brake temperature is fine. Flight control computers, they're all working. And all systems are normal. There you are. What we got down there? There's an aircraft 10,000 feet beneath us. There or thereabouts. Okay, so things we do now. We would want to get en route weathers. Sadly, the box is broken in the Fenix aircraft, so we'll just use our trusty Windy app to get some en route weathers there and see what's happening. So as we're flying along, let's just check out what's happening in Luxembourg.
Matrix control, hello.
Away from that.
Speedbird 36 Alpha.
Overcast 600 feet.
240, climbing flight level 300.
Tower and Kuma 600 feet. Still Cat 1. Got Stuttgart.
FedEx 934 Tango, descent flight level 240 and contact 13535, bye-bye.
Zurich's fine. What else have we got?
Last station calling, call sign was?
Yeah, Speedbird 36 Alpha, hello.
Munich is fine, and Innsbruck.
236.
2607, yeah, that's...
Renbach.
That's making me think we're going to be using our other runway this evening.
Direct Remba, Speedbird 36 Alpha, dankeschön.
Wasp, that is the Windy app. Literally called Windy. It's a great little app.
Good evening, KLM 071, cabin 300, passing 230, inbound bit blue.
KLM 071, Maastricht, hello,
So
identified.
I'm thinking...
036 Alpha, climb flight level 340.
We might start
Climb flight level 340.
looking at preparing for a slightly different approach. LM1 Alpha.
Yes, good evening, Easy 158 Foxtrot, flight level 330.
Via Rattenberg.
Easy 158 Foxtrot, Maastricht, hello, identified.
So let's go to our secondary flight plan page and we'll fill it out. It's the RNAV, I think it's the Zulu approach for runway 26. Yeah, RNAV Zulu 26. Elman 1 Alpha.
Radio. Radar even. Speedbird 66 Golf Alpha, requesting 5 minutes out of cockpit if possible, please.
Via Rattenberg.
Approved, Speedbird, call me back.
Roger, will do.
So if we now
again,
go down there and just have a quick flick through of that.
Switch 1047, hello.
Yeah, so we've still got the primary approach for runway 08 is in the box.
Good evening, Pushback 2412,
Thinking it may be
Multiple stations, Line 5 Road, Maastricht, hello, identified.
maybe the 26 approach because those
Easyjet
winds have
241 to
changed.
Maastricht, hello, identified.
Lufthansa Triple Mike, requesting frequency change.
Lufthansa Triple Mike, Unicom, danke dir.
So with that, let's start just looking at the arrival and making sure that we're on top of it. 'Cause
Good evening.
the last thing we want to do is be
1913,
behind the aircraft on an approach
passing
such as
flight
this.
level 227, climbing 300.
So
Speedbird 1913 Maastricht, hello, News Cork 2023.
we want to be 13,000 feet at Elmham or above. Now, we really want to be 13,000 feet, or yeah, altitude 13,000. If we're doing the 08 approach. And now let's just check the coding of these waypoints. Make sure that is correct. So, hang on, let's just check that these will line up.
Lufthansa Trillium Alpha, contact Copenhagen 135290.
So we should have Elmham 749. 751. 752. It says too steep path because we're far too fast at the minute. That'll right itself. Once we've slowed ourselves down. 753. 754. Autopilot off, then we're visual.
You're leaving my airspace, monitor Unicom, bye-bye.
And it's a 3.6 degree.
Proceed direct to Remberg, climb flight level 340.
It's quite steep. But all that coding's fine. Let's have a look at the second flight plan and make sure the coding for the other approach is correct.
Scandinavian 59 Juliet,
so
Elmham, 240, level Hotel Mike Mike.
After Elmham.
240 Bravo, that's Hotel Mike Mike, can I have 59 Juliet?
Oh, get the
Easyjet 901, would you like higher?
Chart up.
Could you repeat, this is 901?
Easyjet 901, would you like a higher flight level?
So then we go to
no, I'm good,
601 Lism.
Easyjet 901, Roger, climb flight level 290.
Then we've got Rattenberg.
290 is 901.
And then from
there,
there,
that is your final level.
we want to turn to 0203.
Thank you, Speedbird.
And yeah, once we're visual again, disconnect. And fly. So which approach is in use at the moment? We don't know. But we'll have a look.
Sorry, last station calling, call sign was?
Later. Alright, other things to talk about then. So, either way, the workload management of this is quite high. So,
we are unable to cruise the altitude.
We're going to get the cabin crew all sorted by 20,000 feet. Tell them, you know, everything away by that point, and then just sit on your hands. When we get to about 15,000 feet, we want to get the APU on. Now, there's no other approach I know of, certainly not in Europe, where we get the APU on prior to landing. And the reason for that is, if we've got the APU on, and that's supplying the bleed air to the cabin, the packs, etc., then it means the engines have got better performance. Because if something goes wrong when we're on the approach down the valley, in the middle of the valley into Innsbruck, then we want our engines to have good performance to get us up and out of that valley as soon as possible. So we're going to have the APU running, and that's going to be supplying the packs. Again, something a little bit different. The other thing as well with this is once we get down the valley, we are going to go down that valley incredibly slowly. So once we're in the valley, maximum speed 150 knots. And in order to do that, that is going to be gear down, flaps through.
Disregard that. The approach control is still on.
Nice and steady. Nothing ever is done fast in that valley.
Steering is 36 on our request.
Go.
Steering is
So
36 on
very, very early on the configuration of this.
Approved and descend flight level 240 level by.
So that's doesn't matter which approach we fly, either of them. That's how we're going to be configured. And both of those approaches are going to be flown using final approach mode.
Master 36 Alpha, where are you?
Yep, 36 Alpha, request further climb 360.
Speedbird 36 Alpha, Roger, climb flight level 360.
340. Yep, Maastricht, please again double com.
Lufthansa 9 Romeo Hotel, Maastricht, hello, identified. Would you like 370? You have to get 34 advised.
Valentin, the streaming overlay is from Fly Live Studios. It's free as well if you want to check that out.
Lufthansa 9 Romeo Hotel, Roger, climb flight level 370.
Climb flight level 370, Lufthansa 9 Romeo Hotel.
Hey, Lightspeed. Celebrating a month of channel membership. Really great to have you on board with us, Lightspeed. Glad you're loving the community as well, because you're all right. It's the community that makes it. Hello?
Hi, Captain.
level by Eagle
like a drink, maybe a coffee or a bottle of water.
I would love a tea, please.
Maastricht, hello, good evening. Lufthansa 403, heavy flight level 410. Lufthansa 403, Maastricht, hello, direct Nivnu. Direct Nivnu, Lufthansa 403, heavy.
Hazza, if you want a little bit more information about landing at Innsbruck, in our pilot's briefing room on our Discord server, there's a great document in there.
Speedbird 1913, direct Brussels.
Direct Brussels, Speedbird 1913, thank you.
Is that Luxembourg? Just down there. Yeah, Luxembourg's about 40 miles ahead of us. We checked out the weather for that. It was alright. It's down here somewhere.
Lufthansa 403 Heavy, confirmed direct Nivnu November, India Victor November uniform. Correct. Thank you. Welcome.
Love a little bit of ATC there.
Speedbird 66 Golf Alpha, nothing further. Monitor Unicom, bye-bye.
Other thing we need to check as well when we begin this approach, we need to make sure obviously the aircraft's working, etc. We need good high GPS accuracy, which of course it is at the minute. That can change though. Does change in the Phoenix. Organ Aviator School doesn't stop you. No, school's more important than YouTube. Much as we like the views, education's far more important. Hello.
Hi, Captain. Your drinks are ready. They're in the storage area, so feel free to
Maastricht, Nomadic 219er, flight level 200, climbing 240, inbound full out.
Hugo, you don't sit on your hands, you gossip about flight passengers and life in general. Hugo, don't tell everyone your real secrets.
Flight level 400, Nomadic 219er.
I mean, talking about me, that's going to be very boring.
Scandinavian 59 Juliet, nothing further. Monitor Unicom, thank you, dear child.
Lightspeed, if you're back in 10 minutes, you'll see the exciting approach. Right, so I can now pick up Innsbruck information. Runway in use by air traffic control. That's interesting. Wind is 2607. I'm thinking we are going to be on runway 26. So we get the headwind. Showing you're going to have a virtual cuppa and a real one.
Swiss 324, nothing further. Monitor Unicom, bye-bye.
Unicom, Swiss 324, thank you, bye-bye.
Okay, things we can do to help our approach then. Obviously, we've checked the flight plan. Both of those are fine. Hey, Fly with Lado, hope you're doing well. We want RTT, the Rattenberg VR, in there. I am thinking it's going to be a 2-6 arrival, so I am going to go with Lowy 2-6.
Radar is at 901.
Fixes page.
With the pressurization of the aircraft, so I need a lower altitude.
Easy 8.
Lowy 2-6.
if you are currently at flight level 230,
And
we'll be unable
we'll
to
pop the
control
reciprocal
you.
of that runway
The
track in there, which is
requirement that I
077.
have to give to London is 290 at Ulam. If you cannot do that, then over to Unicom. Bye-bye.
I will be in Unicom. Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
We'll see that on the navigation display then as we get closer there, that extended runway centre line.
Maintain Mach 079 of speed battery 6 over.
KLM 071 for sequencing, maintain Mach decimal 77.
77, KLM 1 up.
Speedbird 1913 for sequencing, maintain Mach decimal 77.
Mach decimal 77, speedbird 1913.
Speedbird 36 Alpha, log on data link, Echo Uniform, Mike Whiskey.
Mr. Season, yeah, obviously so. Because the Orange Airlines got authorization to fly the
Speedbird 36 Alpha,
RNP AR
CPDLC,
approach,
Echo
that
Uniform,
is the
Mike
preferred
Whiskey.
approach. The localizer approach is well, it's very
Easy 20
steep.
Mike Zulu, unfortunately you're leaving my airspace, monitor Unicom, goodbye.
Over to Unicom, thanks for the service, Easy 20 Mike Zulu, good night.
And Ryanair 57 Charlie Foxtrot, request descent.
Ryanair 57 Charlie Foxtrot, descent flight level 280 by Nogro.
And we're on our own for a bit, which to be fair, when trying to explain what we're going to be doing on this kind of approach, isn't really a bad thing. Easy Dream Player, have we ever done a Cat 3 ILS? Oh yeah, yeah. Done that a few times. Angus, is it possible to fly in and out of London City realistically? What, in an A320? I wouldn't want to try it. The approach is too steep for it. It's beyond the limitations. Hazza, if you've not been allowed into the chat, I think you need to go to, or someone on the Discord, someone else who's in the Discord will be able to help you with this. You basically just need to accept sort of like the terms and conditions in the arrivals, in the first one that you go to, which is just basically selecting one of the little emojis. Yeah, Wasp, I've just seen Lowy approach, just looks like it's gone offline, which, never mind. That might mean we'll vector ourselves into Rattenberg from the north. Tubing, the A318 will land at London City, yes, but it does have to. It will be sort of a special aircraft, and it's got a button on the overhead, which is a steep approach button. What it actually does, I'm not sure. I think it might just allow sort of the spoilers to be used to help us help the aircraft get down. Apple Place, how steep is the approach into London City? I want to say 5.5 degrees. I'd have to check on that. Mr. C, the locked me is steep. That's what they've given you every time you've flown into there. What you need to do then, Mr. C, is you need to tell the approach that you'd like the RNP. Ah, here you go. The boss is here. He'll tell you what's different on the A318. It modifies the modifies the set computers. How the heck would I know that? Oh, to be fair, I wasn't a million miles off. It allows the spoilers to be deployed with flaps full. There you go. See? I can BS my way through things. Good evening, HD. Good to see you. Something told me you'd be around on a flight such as this. We were just discussing, now ATC's got offline, which runway we're going to come in on. 08 was the plan with the forecast, however the forecast hasn't come to fruition just yet, and we've got a nice headwind on 26 instead of 08, so I don't fancy a 7 knot tailwind. So I'm thinking a manual vector to Rattenberg from the north, and we'll do the 26 AR approach. Which, to be fair, probably makes a bit more sense. Runway 26, flap full, just refresh the meta, apply the meta. Oh yeah, that would be, yeah, that would, that wind's increased. It would be a 10 knot tailwind coming in on 08. We're not doing that. Antical, is the star you're choosing random, or is it given by air traffic control? Normally it's always given by air traffic control. Sadly they've gone offline now, but never mind. Yeah, so we're using auto brake medium, as you can see, and idle reverse is not going to work for us either, so prep that. And let's now just update the flight plan that we are going to do. So what we'll do is we'll fly to Batub, and then we will vector ourselves to the Rattenberg NDB. So what I'm going to do is just clear that secondary flight plan. I'm going to activate the secondary flight plan. So there we go. That's the Lowy 26 arrival in there. That works for me. If we are going to sort of vector ourselves in, then we do need to check a couple of things. It might be a nice moonlit night, but I still don't want to crash into something. Hey Crisis, good to see you again. So what do we need to be? Is it 13,000 at Rattenberg? No, 9,500 at Rattenberg. And what is our grid more at as we're coming in on that? Let's just have a look at some of the approaches available. I'd just rather stay to the north rather than fly all the way around. So 11, 6, 10, 3. What other approach have I got on here? Just for information. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Tulsi, 9,500 feet. Okay. So, just so I know we are going to be safe, what we can do is fix info. Now, I'm not going to go direct to it, but I would like to know it's there. HD, you're right, I did read that. It's daytime only, which did leave me with a bit of a question. Ah, there we go. That's Tulsi. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is, I suppose we could go direct Tulsi, couldn't we? Batbu, we'll head towards Tulsi and vector ourselves in that way from the north, and we'll be safe then, altitude-wise. Yeah, it did lead me to a question. If the RNP 08 AR is daylight only, But the circle to land 08, you know, coming in from the east, you can do at night time, which to me sounded absolutely crazy. That you could do that at night time, as long as there is a stipulation you have to have done it in the daytime before you're allowed. But yeah, you could do that at night, which sounds far more tricky to pull off at night, flying close to the hillsides, visually of course. So you're allowed to do that, but you can't do the RNP AR at night, which is arguably far safer. If that's what it is, that's what it is, but it just made me scratch my head a little bit. MSC, why not do the circling 26 after the RNP 08? I'd be thrilled to watch. I don't think I've ever done that before. So that's the yeah, that's the circle to land. Just there, basically, yeah, coming down on the localizer. You then break away, look for the church, turn once you're abeam it, and then land, which I think I've done on a members only stream once. Apple players, how do... sorry, Dreamplay, how do you not forget about the clock on takeoff? Muscle memory. Muscle memory. It's a shame ATC went offline, because Innsbruck can be a bit of a pain without any air traffic control being around. If it does look like something daft is happening down there, we'll just disconnect from VATSIM and then continue. Hugo, you were on the flight deck for the circle to land before many moons ago on BA. It must be an unbelievable thing to do. But at the same time, there surely can't be any pilot that doesn't at least get a little bit, not apprehensive, because they're unbelievably well trained, but there's got to be a hint of the of adrenaline, thinking, you know, even if they're absolutely loving it, thinking this is brilliant, this is far better than just having the autopilot on. Oh, HD, that just sounds like there's other things coming that you need to learn. HD, what are the times you can? It's one of the times you can actually fly the plane like a fighter jet. You should have been in the military. Santos is ETA 21:30. No, it's about half an hour. Half an hour from now, I reckon we should be on the ground. Tell you what I might be able to do. If I go to the flight plan, just again, this is just looking at updating it. You want that arrival, but Tulsi 3 Alpha. Let's pop that in. Yeah, Thursday approach. Break off at Oddsov. Or Oddsdov, sorry. Yeah, insert that. There we go. New approach is in. And I'm happy with that. I didn't really like the idea of sort of vectoring ourselves. We could have done it and it would have been fine, but just to keep my workload management easy, and you know, we can plan things properly, then it works better. Have we ever flown in Romania? I think we have, yeah. Sean, does the banner need a kick? Has it broken? Daft thing. Thank you again, Crisis. Your name always fills me with dread, though. Hope you're doing well. It's also showing a ground speed of 0 knots, and that's not right, so hang on. I will give it a kick. See if we can get it to work properly. Right, hopefully it should start working properly now. Alright, so we've briefed all the special stuff with regards to getting the cabin prepped early and APU running, about 15,000 feet, etc. Let's talk about sort of the threat and error management, which is perhaps a few more things to think about on approaching to Innsbruck. So probably the biggest threat here is the terrain around it, and a CFIT event, which we probably wouldn't know much about should it happen. So looking at the charts, you know, MSA is 14,000 feet. We are on a sort of approved track, and we'll be fine, we'll be nice and safe, etc. But that is definitely our sort of biggest threat. So how do we mitigate that? Well, don't veer off from the prescribed tracks. Keep good situational awareness at all times, and basically know where we are. Other things to help with that, of course, we've spoken about speed 150 in the valley, early configuration as well. You know, landing gear flaps 3 as we're going down. It's a low, long approach. It's a steady, slow approach in that valley. And you know that slow speed does give us the chance to get out of danger should we need to. We may even get some GPWS alerts. If that is the case, then you know we need to bin it off and we need to respond to that. One time you perhaps wouldn't do that is if you're VMC and you're happy and you can and you know exactly where you are, etc. But the issue with that is today is obviously night time, and there is some cloud cover around. We've spoken about the weather as well. It's, you know, it's still all Cat 1 stuff, and we're still legal to do the approach. We've already checked that, so it's that's fine. Wind shear and turbulence, of course. The winds are a little bit interesting tonight. They were forecast to be coming in the opposite direction to what they are actually at the moment, so that might shift. We'd need to be aware of that and keep watching the winds all the way down. If we end up with that tailwind creeping up, you know, the winds were tipped to be something like 090 gusting 20 knots. You know, if that was to happen, then suddenly we've got an issue and we're going around and circling back to come and land the other way, so to speak. So we just need to keep an eye on those winds, make sure that that doesn't get in the way. It is a short runway as well. It's an offset approach, so a couple of things to bear in mind. We're using auto brake medium, of course, for that. Reverse idle, no. We'll be using max reverse once we've landed. And in the real world, you've got things like glider activity. Usually that's in the warmer months, though, so probably wouldn't be a problem now, particularly at night time either, but there you are. So that's sort of like a bit of threat and error management stuff. As long as we stay true to what we've briefed, then fingers crossed we should be good. And Chateau, that is an incredibly generous super chat. Your €20 super chat saying, see, you bought the MiniFCU via the link, so thank you for the savings. Says, just one question. It's now 3 weeks that you ordered it, and besides the email that the order was confirmed, you've gotten nothing. Is that a normal wait time? Yes, it is. Absolutely, it is. So, they were expecting to ship, I want to say it was March time, wasn't it? They were going to start shipping, so don't worry at all, Chateau. That is absolutely normal. And thank you for using the discount code as well, because that obviously got you a saving. And anybody else who wants to get the MiniFCU unit, I never now fly without it, because it doesn't just work with the Airbus, it works with the A330, it works obviously with the fly-by-wire. There are also profiles to make it work with the PMDG and general aviation aircraft as well, so it is a great all-round bit of kit. On checkout, make sure you use the discount code, and yeah, get yourself 10% off. The discount code is just Easyjet Sim Pilot. So right, destination data. Let's just get a latest update on that weather, and we'll get that in. So, with flight plans all fine, checked. RadNav is sorted. Yeah, that's in. Costing. Oh, well, that's 0. I thought we'd set that back to 4. Oh, I must have just missed it. Anyway, never mind. Right, so that QNH then is 1005. We'll set this up now. I mean, that's quite a difference as well. Big difference in QNH there. So about 300 feet difference. Temperature is 4 degrees. Winds 260 at 10. And flaps are full. Minimums for this approach are what we're working with 0.03. It is 2,500 feet. PSV, is it okay to rename the folders in the community folder? So, remaining, you can get EGLL, some like Heathrow to rent double scenery from different creators. I never knew the answer to that, PSV. I don't know if anybody else in the chat knows the answer to that, or whether it messes with something. Botrix, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, hello again from the flight deck. So we are currently cruising at 37,000 feet, and we're going to start our descent probably in about 5-10 minutes time. On after which you'll be able to see the Alps beneath us and that gorgeous moonlit approach tonight as we come into Innsbruck. We're on time as well, so we should be looking to get you on the ground at probably in about 30 minutes or so. The weather there is looking really nice as well, so it should be a beautiful approach into Innsbruck. Camera crew will shortly start preparing the aircraft for the arrival, so if you can follow any instructions they give, that would be appreciated. And the toilets are obviously shortly going to go out of use. Thank you. HD's off to check a minima. Fair enough. Go for it. with that. Where is the moon? Is it hiding? Where's it gone? Oh, it must be higher up in the sky now as we've flown further. Oh, it's up there. There it is. HD. The PM says check minimums. Okay, so that's the approach we're doing. Can we do the RNP AR below 0.3? Does it tell us anywhere? This approach is based on 0.3, so I'm guessing not. So we're basing that on 2670 then, presumably. What did you say your minimums were, though? Were 4,000, nearly 5,000 feet. How are they so much lower then, here in the JEP chart? So top of descent is coming with that turn in a moment. Bye, old novice. To be fair, if the minimums are higher in the Lido, it's probably safer. Hey Greg, good to see you. Right, well, knowing that we want to be configured very early, you know, pretty much ready to get fully configured by the Rattenberg VOR, we're only about 20 miles away from our top of descent. I'm happy to start that descent a little bit early, so perhaps in another 10 miles or so. So yeah, HD is saying the minimum visibility required is 5 kilometers. So yeah, what have we got here for us? Yeah, Navigraph, it's 2.4 kilometers. Definitely a difference between the two there, then, isn't there? One thing we haven't touched upon, which you know we probably should, is the go around. So as we're flying the AR approach, the go around is nicely all coded in, and yeah, that's not going to be me flying that. That's going to be autopilot in nav. But basically, missed approach is flying the RNAV and climbing to 11,500 feet all the way back to Rattenberg, where we'll hold. So the go around is nicely coded in. How would we actually fly it then? Well, we'd probably fly that in I'll just check what's our speed. Yeah, we'll probably fly that flaps 3 and 150 knots. Get us up out of that terrain as quickly as possible. We want to get to that altitude as soon as possible. So we'll go around flaps. We wouldn't be able to do that flaps 2, would we? S speed is 188. I don't really want to be flying it below that. HC, 2 important stop things to do when doing the RNP approach. One of the things you've got to do is radio someone to check that all the satellites are working. Can't do that in the sim. I'll just assume that they are. Other thing to do, the clue on the navigation display is check the final approach target. Oh, that was one you wasn't thinking of. Hang on, let me just start this descent. Okay, descent and 140 blue. Down we go. Also want to check your GPS accuracy is high. Make sure that's all working. So that's done. What needs to be done on both navigation displays? Terrain on both, I believe it is. I'll turn that down. Oh, HD, I've missed this. Friday night quizzes. With the GPS progress page, is there anything you want to overwrite in the box? Oh, now this is something I've never done. Can you overwrite the required? Can you overwrite that to being base? What is it? 0.3. Can we overwrite that to 0.3? I'll look for a thumbs up or thumbs down. If so, we'll do it. I've never actually tried it in the aircraft. I don't know if it works. Fly Guy HD putting us through our space. Yeah, we've missed it though, Fly Guy. We have missed it. He's too busy doing this for real. I'm going to wind that speed up because I want to get under that profile bit. Actually, we are nicely VMC with this moonlit night tonight. Right, through saddle, open descent, 140 blue, and... Alright, so we can overwrite that. I can overwrite that then to... Did you say 0.3? See if it works. Oh, it does indeed. So now, if we lose that accuracy, it'll tell us. That's nice. That's something new we've never done before. We need to go and fly somewhere in the Middle East. Ladies and gentlemen, we've started our descent in towards Innsbruck. The toilet is shortly going out of use with the seatbelt signs coming on. And cabin crew, if you could begin preparing for our arrival, please. Thank you. HD is also refreshing his own memory. Excellent. Innsbruck traffic, easy 20 Mike Zulu, currently 20 miles, correction, around 5 miles north of Innsbruck, and we'll be making the RNP approach Zulu for runway 26 via Rattenberg, expecting Rattenberg in around 7 to 8 minutes. Okay, let's do some other things and get that out of the way. So we'll activate that approach phase. That's done. One less thing to worry about. Seatbelt signs are on. So I'm happy to just wind the speed up a bit more, just to get underneath that profile a tad more, so we've got time to slow down, because we're only about 200 feet beneath the profile at the moment. I'd like to get a bit lower than that. As we can see, we're nice and clear of the terrain. And we're going to come in at Tulsi, no lower than 9,500 feet. Okay, so we're going to need some speed brakes. So set local pressure. $9,500 blue. And we'll just see the level off arrow now. Halfway between Tulsi and Rattenberg, which gives us then time to slow down and configure as well. DJ, where do you get the altitude to set the QNH? So normally the air traffic controllers will give it to you. If they're not here though, then 13,000 feet is probably the best, because it's just above the MSA, and coming in via the other direction at Elmham, 13,000 feet is an altitude that you need to be at. Until the backup QNH is still on standard at the moment. You are right. Normally I would put this on sort of earlier than this one. However, I was just waiting till we were a little bit lower than that. I can probably change it now, to be fair, but anyway, let's get the APU started. Okay, and I now want to start slowing down. So put those speed brakes back out. About 2,500 feet beneath the profile, which is perfect for me. Nice to be able to do this with a lot of moonlight tonight. Just lighting up the snow-covered mountains. I assume there's snow there still at this time of year. That's working nicely. We're 10 miles from Rattenberg. Innsbruck traffic, easy 20 Mike Zulu, 10 miles north of Rattenberg to start the RNP Zulu approach. APU is up and running, so turn 1 pack off. APU bleed, and APU is now supplying the packs. And as if by magic, HD reminds me at the same time. Love it. Okay, flaps 1, speed's checked, flaps 1. Speed 180. APU supplying the packs and etc. That's done. 10,000 feet, lights on. Hello?
Hi, Captain. How are things? All good?
Be better if you didn't interrupt.
Great. If you need anything more, just give me a call.
Flaps 2. Speed's checked, flaps 2. So for anyone asking why the APU is on now in flight, it's just an Innsbruck thing. We've got speed alt star, and I've just reduced speed to 160. Innsbruck traffic easy 20 Mike Zulu is now overhead Rattenberg, 9,500 feet, beginning our approach into Innsbruck, runway 26. What a bloody gorgeous view that is. 5 miles from Whiskey India 002. Alright then, let's configure ourselves ready for this approach. So we're going to get gear down. In fact, just before we do, the approach checklist Barrow QNH is 1005, seatbelt signs are on, minimums 2670, auto brake medium, EFB is stowed, gear down, spoilers are armed, flaps 3, speed's checked. Speed 150. here comes the approach. Final blue approach. Nav. See the go-around track in blue as well on the navigation display. And that's speed and final approach captured. This approach altitude 11,500 set. I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better weather conditions, could we? It looks stunning. I can already see the airport and the runway. And the moonlit sky in the valley looks gorgeous. And this is it now. We're still, you know, so far out. As you can see, we're about 18 miles out. Speed 150 knots, etc. It's a long. It almost seems painfully slow, doesn't it? But it's flown like this for a reason. You would never rush anything coming into Innsbruck. There is a chance you could also argue perhaps a flaps 3 approach is a little better for an approach like this, just because it gets the landing checklist out of the way. But we did the landing performance calculation, and yeah, I was definitely happy with flaps 4. Cleaver, our flights into Innsbruck won't come in at this hour. HD, depends how delayed we are. They do have some late flights going in. So our VAP speed is 137, so we're looking about 800 FPS as we come in, which, to be fair, we're a bit above that at the moment, but we're holding that VDEV, that's all right. If you have enjoyed the flight so far, then please do leave a like after landing if you're exiting. It really does help support us, so huge thanks for that. Oh, to be fair, yeah, HD. I was actually reading that off the chart there with the descent angle.
Innsbruck traffic, Skyliner 252 is taking off runway 26. Innsbruck traffic.
Innsbruck traffic, easy 20 Mike Zulu, 10 miles out on approach runway 26. So, when we're happy, which sort of on a night like tonight is beautiful and clear, then we can get that autopilot off and do some manual flying. everything's looking good from this viewpoint. Cabin crew seats for landing. Okay, flaps full. Speed's fine. I'm going to manage the speed. Flaps full. Landing checklist. Cabin secured. Ground altitude is 11,500. ECAM memo will come up. Oh, I thought it came up at 2,500. Might be a bit. Might be a bit lower. Autopilot off. I have control. There we go. ECAM memo landing noble.
Innsbruck traffic, Skyrunner 252 is on the Bruno 67 departure out of 26, Innsbruck traffic.
So, flight directions down for this, they're giving good guidance. Just look at the pappies. Oh, we've got 1 white, 3 reds. So just compensate for that. That's better. Little wind from the left, not much.
Hundred above.
3 whites.
Minimum.
Continue.
$500.
Stable.
$50, $40, $20, retard.
Spoilers, first green, desal. Manual brakes, idler, thrust. Welcome to Innsbruck.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched.
Okay, we'll just start the timer as well. Give us 3 minutes to shut down.
Calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care of opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area.
We'll check the replay in a minute as well, so if you want to stick around for that, then please do. APU, of course, is already on.
Flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter, or Easyjet app.
Turn those off. Clean the aircraft up. Innsbruck traffic, runway 26 vacated. If you are anywhere that guys, please don't forget to hit that like if you've enjoyed it. It's a great, simple, easy way to support the channel. So thank you everyone that's done that already. And yeah, we'll check out that approach in a minute. Is GSX going to allow us to park anywhere, do we reckon? No idea where any of these are, by the way, so we'll just say yes and see what happens. This looks like one heck of a drop down. Oh, my nose. That's not there in real life. Time for some strudels. DJ, this isn't payware. No, this is a Zobo, handcrafted. So it's available. Oh, it looks like a marshler over there. That'll do. No gates here per se. We just sort of find the guy waving at us and try to remember not to blind him with our lights. Aim for the tug. Do you think there's a wasp around him or something? He looks very animated. There we go. Right, parking brake is set. It has been 3 minutes, so we'll be able to shut everything down. I'm going to leave everything running though, just so we can see the approach. So before I do that, of course, let me come off of VATSIM. That's fine. Just get rid of self-loading cargo as well, because those passengers tend to scream quite a bit. Right, shall we watch the replay? I do like the wing view and a nose view coming into Innsbruck. Always good fun. So we head down the valley. There we are. Let's check that out as it sorts itself out. There we go. Beautiful. It has a 3 minutes since we popped the engines on idle. Basically, don't shut the engines down within 3 minutes of landing. River 8, I use Sky Dolly for the replay. It's straightforward and always seems to work. Good night, HD. Speak to you soon. Hopefully the debrief for that one won't be too long. This is one of those approaches, particularly if the weather's decent, which I guess, to be honest, it has to be decent to be able to actually make the approach. But nighttime or daytime, it's a gorgeous view. It's a gorgeous approach. HD, enjoy the tea. That's the debrief. Speak soon, mate. Good night. Easy Dream Fight, good night to you. Remember, as you're leaving, do us a favour, hit that like button as you go. And for anyone wanting the MiniFCU, don't forget to use our discount code, Easyjet Impala. Save yourself some money. Apple Plays, you want to go to sleep, but you've got to watch the replay. I know, it's one of the best bits, isn't it? Because the graphics obviously just are something else. They're so good. So good. Alex, thank you so much for subscribing. We're getting closer and closer to 40,000. Doors to manual, hey Gavilar. There's only ever one person I've ever known that's called me that. I don't even know how anyone jumps to that conclusion, but it doesn't bother me, so as you were. Graham, really glad you enjoyed the flight. Thanks for being with us tonight, mate. Good to see you. Flying Teenager, where did I see the distance between myself and the runway? Look on the navigation display, and I just used the range rings. Where we were basically 10 miles out on the using the range rings, so yeah, it was fun there. Andy's also really enjoyed the flight. Fantastic. The thing with the landing as well, at Innsbruck, it's not a long runway, so we're not trying to butter it and make it as smooth as possible. We just want to make good, you know, positive contact and stop the jet. Knuckle, that Marshall was from GSX as well, so it wasn't from, it wasn't default. 4K Cinematic says, love the flight. It was the first time watching an entire stream. 4K, that is awesome. Glad you've enjoyed it, and thanks for watching the whole thing as well. Dorsmania, you heard the Phoenix won't be compatible with FlightSim 24? No, that's not true. It will be. It will be. Cleaver, you always learn something every time. You're not alone there, Cleaver. I do as well. That's the great thing about it. Angus can't believe it's not butter. My lad has to have that. He doesn't like actual butter. He prefers the I can't believe stuff. Yeah, nice. Nice. And then just very quickly, excuse me, we'll just check out the landing from the other side, which is just as good. I mean, when you see the terrain that you've got there, it's awesome. So good. I've really enjoyed this flight tonight, guys. I know my workload at the moment is always so busy during February and March time, so we're not getting that many streams in, but hopefully the ones we are getting in, we're making them count. There are some good flights, some great approaches, and of course, a great chat with you guys in the community. That's what it's all about. And Sean, yeah, you just take the words straight out of my mouth. Great to be part of this community. I feel incredibly grateful that you're all here. I'm just a guy that flies. You guys make the channel what it is. Apple Plays, I can't tell you anything. All you need to know is it is being worked on. Obviously, part of the beta team, but it is being worked on. But there are NDAs in place. Fruit Bad Block 2 comes out at 40k. Can you imagine that? Simon, thanks for watching. Thank you so much. Really glad you enjoyed it. Well, that has been probably one of my most favourite flights. I've really enjoyed that. Somehow we've just passed out. What's going on there? As I've just reset the replay, we've literally just passed out. What is going on? I need to turn that. I need to turn that function off. Shut up. Well, someone said they wanted help falling asleep. Hopefully this has helped. I've never had this happen before. I was going to play you out with a nice replay, but the blood's rushing to my head, and well, there we go. How is that even turned on? I've got to turn that off. Where is that? Where is that? Piloting, user experience. Is it any of that? GFX jetpack off. No, that's it. We're just. I wanted to just leave it with a beautiful flight to finish. Turns out that might not be happening. I don't know how to get rid of it. I can't turn it off. Oh, is it the G-suit? Turn that off. Has that fixed it? No. Alright. I think I'm going to have to just get rid of that. I'm sorry I can't give you a nice flight, but I officially don't know how to sort myself out. But there you go. I'm going to leave it on that screen there. Guys, thanks so much for watching. That was something very different to end our stream tonight. I look forward to seeing you all on our next live stream. Obviously, get yourself in our Discord if you're not already, and the next stream, of course. Information will be posted on there very, very soon. So, guys, thank you for watching, and yeah. Hope hope you dropped to sleep tonight as quickly as my pilot did just then. Good night, everyone. See you on the next one. Bye bye.